Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my island. Now this is actually the new rarest island inside of Fortnite season 4. So a few months ago I did show you guys the rarest items that were currently inside of Fortnite. Now thanks to some new glitches we've been able to obtain a bunch more rare items. So let's quickly take a closer look. Now you can see that I have hundreds of glitched items and these have never been shown before on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and let's get straight into this showcase. So here we go guys, you can see that I've got loads of unreleased items, and in my last video I did show a lot of weapons that were unreleased or just glitched, and we do have a few more. We don't have that many more since last time, so let me just show you what we've got. So we've now got the charged shotguns inside of creative mode. We've actually had these for a few months now, but it used to be completely impossible to get them. However, using some glitches we were able to obtain them. You can see I do have all the variants. We even have the golden version over here, and then we also have the scoped AR, and this is a legendary and epic variants of them. So we've never had the legendary one before. I think we did have the epic one once, but they have reskinned it. So these are some of the unreleased guns that we do have since last time. Now we're going to move to the actual glitch props that have never been shown before on YouTube. So here we go. You can see starting over here, we have the Meteor, and look how small it is. Now using a brand new glitch, a bunch of glitches were able to obtain all of these. All of their links will be in the description, and a huge shout out to them because they did give me access to all of this early. So you can see that this is really small compared to how it used to be. If we copy it, it goes to the smallest you can usually get it, and this is how small it usually can get. You can't get it any smaller than this, so obviously this is insane, and we have a bunch more items like this. So we have the smallest version of Kevin the Cube. You're gonna see if we jump on it, it does fully work, which is just insane. And let's see how small this can usually get. So that's how small it can usually get, and obviously it's insane that we have it this size. And we don't just have small props, we have some insane props over here that are just ridiculously sized, so you can see over there, and I will show you all of them later. We then have some really weird things like the theater, and then one of the coolest ones is this sword. Now the sword is actually one of my favorite ones, and then we have the lava one here, and the cool thing about this is that you can customize it, and the lava does work, so when you stand on it you can see that it does damage you. Now just before I show all of the rest, I do want to mention that you guys can obtain all of these yourself. So a few hours after this video drops, I am going to be posting the code for this on my Twitter, so make sure you guys all follow my Twitter so you don't miss the island code. As well as that, make sure you do use code RT8 in the item shop if you do want to support me and you do want to see more maps like this in the future. So thanks to everyone that uses my code, and let's get straight into the rest of the items. So you can see here that we have these really cool hover pads. I think these do also work, so I am trying to put a launch pad on them. For some reason it's not working, but maybe there is a way to get it to work. And then we have this really cool satellite dish that's destroyed, and then we have the meteors again. Now all of these small items are cool, however we have some more cool items. So if we go over here, you're gonna see that we have some builds that are completely glitched, and we have even more in a second that I will show you guys. But just look at this, we have an upside down door, and that's kind of sick how we have an entire house that's just upside down. So you guys can copy this if you want. You do have to multi-select them or else it won't work, so that's kind of sick. And then over here you can see that we have loads of stacked builds, so obviously they're not supposed to be this close. You may have seen this on some edit courses that were made by some glitch YouTubers, so I think that's kind of cool how we have these on the island, and if you guys do want to copy these, you can. I think they're also rotated in some weird position, which is kind of cool. Now something that's really interesting is this over here. So you can see that this is a normal size of the couch. This is as small as you can usually get it. However, using a separate glitch, these glitches were able to make it even smaller. So you can see it gets this size, and it's actually insane how small it gets. So now you can see that it's this size and it gets even smaller, and I think there's one more. So yeah, look how insane this is. There's also a few more. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. So yeah, you can see how small these couches are and it's kind of funny how we have this in our island. From this view here, you can barely tell it exists. We then have a really small dinosaur, and the normal size is this, so that's kind of cool how we have it that small. And one of the coolest ones we have are these snowmen, so you can see how small they are, and one of the coolest things is that you can hide inside of it. So I do have some here. It does say hide, and look how weird this is. So we jump into it, and now whenever we crouch, it makes us invisible. This is like an entire separate glitch on its own, and if you do look closely, you can see on the floor that there is a snowman, so that's kind of cool how that works. So moving on from the small props, we have some really weird glitch chests. So you can see that this one has 200 items. So when I open this, it does throw out a bunch of items. Now it did used to have more, however Epic Games have tried to patch it. I did show some of these in my last video, however we've got a lot more now. This one's probably my favorite one. So you can see over here, it's called the empty chest, and when you open it, nothing comes out. So I don't know how that works, but somehow they managed to make an empty chest, and that's actually really sick. So again, if you guys do want to get all of this from my island, the code will be on my Twitter later on today, so make sure you follow it. Now here we have all of the grey weapons, and then we have all of the blue ones and things like that, and then we have all of the consumables. So it's kind of cool how we can fit all of these into one chest when you're not usually able to. We then have 50 chug jugs, so yeah, it does have more than a limit, but it doesn't have as many as it used to. We then have the glitch chest here, and you can see when we open these, it just throws out absolutely tons of scoreboards. So yeah, that is kind of sick, but it is unfortunate that Epic Games did try to patch this. I think this does still work works. Let's try and open the llama. So yeah, the llama does still work. You can see how much just drops out of that. Anyway, moving on, you can see that we have these really cool items over here. Now, I'm pretty sure this is from a normal gallery, but for some reason you can edit them. So you can see when I edit it, it just turns into a normal build, and that's just super weird. So yeah, you can edit these, and these are glitch builds that you guys can get. So if you do want to get these, feel free to get them from the island. And now we're going to move to the really cool part. So you can see over here we have a bunch of small builds, and this is all done with a brand new glitch. So there's now a brand new glitch to resize actual builds. So normally those glitches to resize builds like this, however you can now resize actual builds, and it does do work and things like that. So obviously you can make some really cool creations out of this. And a huge shout out to the founders of this glitch, because they've not made this glitch public, but they have made all of these for you guys to get. So you can get all of these from my island. Look how insane all of this is, and they've literally made every single variant possible. So obviously I'm not going to show you guys all of this because it would go on forever. I've shown you guys all of the resized builds, and now we're going to look at something more insane. So we're going to be looking at the supersized builds. So over here we literally have the biggest builds inside of Fortnite. The normal size of this is this. So this is normally how big you can get it. However, using a glitch, they were able to resize it around 3 or 4 times. It takes up such a big part of the map that if we look at the map, you can literally see them on here. So it's just completely broken. It literally looks like it's Photoshop. And sometimes you do get the option to edit this, which is insane. Now over here we have another wooden build, and all of these look so sick. And then over here, this is where the intro of the video was. You can see that we do have a massive door, and we can edit this. So look, it does actually give us the option to edit. However, unfortunately, when we do edit it, it does go to the normal size. But that's kind of cool how we can get the grid on. And this just looks like a clickbait thumbnail, but it's actually real. And again, I will put the code on my Twitter so you guys can obtain all of these. Now, one of the coolest things I have on this map is a snowman. Now, the only way to copy this is by building next to it and copying 2 things at once. So we're going to copy this and we're going to put it over here. So here we go, guys. We have the massive snowman, and let's see if we can hide inside of it. So yeah, we actually can. And oh my god, we're actually inside of the snowman. So we're literally running around as the biggest snowman possible. And I'm now doing an emote. So yeah, this will be a really funny thing to troll your friends with. They'll be so confused. Anyway, let's exit the snowman, and it just turned into the normal size. So that's how big it's supposed to be, and that's how big we've got it. So that's pretty much all of the resized builds. There's some more items I didn't show you guys, such as some of the ones over here, but basically this is just a resized gallery. All of these items have been completely modified using glitches, and if any of you guys are map creators or you just want some of these in your island, feel free to load into this island yourself and copy as many of these as you want. One thing I am going to quickly mention before this video ends is if you are going to copy this using a glitch, you cannot multi-select. So the only way you can paste it is by doing a separate glitch. So you can see here, I've copied Kevin the Cube. However, when I try and paste it, it goes in normal size. Now, the only way to work around this is by having something else copied like a vending machine, and then just going through it and spamming onto paste. And if you're lucky, you will be able to paste a small version. So you can see under here, I did manage to paste a few small versions of it. Now, that's the only way you guys can do it. Once you do have it pasted, you can move it with multi-select and it will stay this size. So that's just something to keep in mind. And if you guys are having issues, I have made a tutorial on my second channel, RT8. So you can watch the tutorial on there. It was uploaded a few months ago, but you should be able to do the same steps, but just for this map instead. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you do want more videos like this in the future, make sure you definitely do subscribe and give this video a like. Now I've got some more insane videos coming out soon, so make sure you stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.